Cade Cunningham from a prospect to the best player in the country. Cade Cunningham's journey to Oklahoma State and while playing at Oklahoma State was an interesting one to say the least. Head coach Mike Boynton first met Cade when he was a freshman in high school.
In the practice before any games, I hadn't played any high school games yet. He walked up to me and just offered me. He was like, "I want to, extend you a scholarship." And I was like. What?
And Boynton was completely invested in him. Coach Boynton continued to be in Cade Cunningham's life from that point on. And this is one of the main reasons why Cade Cunningham showed interest in OK State. Cade went on to have a stellar high school career. His senior season, he led the Eagles to a 25-0 record while averaging 13 points per game, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds, and 1.4 steals for one of the best teams in the country. This year, he was a McDonald's All-American and was ranked number 2 recruit by 247sports.com. ESPN had him ranked as the number 1 recruit. On June 25th, 2019, Oklahoma State hired Cade Cunningham's brother, Cade Cunningham, to be the assistant coach on OK State. At this point, people just assumed that Cade Cunningham was a virtual lock to go to OK State, but his parents pushed him to keep an open mind. If you ask me, it was basically a done deal, but he just wanted to weigh out the rest of his options. But I believe that Cade knew he was going to OK State from that point on. Tuesday, November 5th, 2019, the number 1 prospect picked OK State over Kentucky.
To be honest, I was this close to picking a different school, but blood is always thick in the water. Go Pokes.
At this point, this was an incredible signing by OK State. This really just gave them life for the program and gave them an opportunity they may have not had before they signed the number 1 recruit. Then things really took a turn for the worse when OK State was hammered by the NCAA. On June 19, 2020, the NCAA placed Oklahoma State's men's basketball program on a 3-year probation and banned the Cowboys from playing in the postseason tournaments next season, which would be 2021. The penalties are a result of a level 1 violation involving former associate head coach Lamont Evans, who was sentenced in June of 2019 to 3 months in prison for accepting roughly $22,000 in bribes to steer players from South Carolina and OK State to certain agents and financial advisors. This really was detrimental news to the OK State basketball program because they just had the biggest signing in a long period of time, maybe even ever, in Cade Cunningham, and that put his decision up in the air. Ultimately, Cade Cunningham ended up staying committed to OK State. He announced his decision in a video that he posted on Twitter. Loyalty is more than a word, it's an action. It's standing with the people you started with. This is the words that Cade Cunningham said on Twitter. The possible ban didn't deter Cade Cunningham. However, it was looming over their heads in the 2020 season. The Cowboys pushed back on the NCAA and said that their ruling they believed was just too strong. And then that's when the legal back and forth began. If they didn't receive word from the NCAA by mid-March, they were going to be eligible for the tournament. And that's exactly what happened. Now the Cowboys are eligible for the tournament, and now they can play in the March Madness tournament with the number 1 prospect. I personally believe that the second the Cowboys got Cade Cunningham, the NCAA rethought their decision because we know how sketchy they are and they do really weird things. And at this point, they weren't going to allow their number 1 prospect not be in the tournament. So they decided not to take further action and they're going to push it off to the next season or just drop it completely. So now the Cowboys are eligible for the tournament. Before the tournament started, we have to note that Cade Cunningham had a sensational freshman season. He averaged 21.1 points, which led the Big 12 and was the 4th highest mark by a freshman in league history, while also averaging top 10 in rebounding, field goal percentage, and free throw percentage. The sensational freshman was also awarded First Team All-American, the SBWA National Freshman of the Year, Sporting News Freshman of the Year, Big 12 Player of the Year, Big 12 Freshman of the Year, First Team All-Big 12, Big 12 All-Newcomer Team, Big 12 All-Freshman Team. The man did it all. Unfortunately, OK State's run to the national championship was cut short in the second round to Oregon State. And now, Cade Cunningham is the contestant's number 1 overall pick. Where do you think he's going to go? If you enjoyed this, please subscribe down below because I want to do a lot more of these. Thanks a lot, guys.